Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Guzzlord in the Ultra League here. So I just got this, made the investment, so give it a like if you do like these early videos with these showcases, and it would be much appreciated for the investment here. So let's go, folks. Now this thing is going to be ranked around 13 on PvPoke, so it is pretty stinking good. Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, and then Brutal Swing was the exclusive move for Hydreigon's Community Day, but now also Guzzlord is going to have this here. So this is going to be a Dragon and Dark type, and it's sitting at 338 HP for the one that I currently do have. So you'll have about the same HP if you do make one for the Ultra League here. Those are the IVs, and that's a lot of health. So it doesn't have much defense, but it can sure actually take a hit because it does have so much HP. Now, as far as being weak to Fairy, yeah, you have to look out for that, but it's doing a lot better than I anticipated because Niantic didn't do it dirty. It gave it a solid move set. Absolutely amazing. So we have Snarl for the quick move, and then we are going with Dragon Tail. Snarl's also great for the quick energy gain as well as stab. And take a look at the performance. We'll get into the commentary here. I'm just talking about this. Also is going to have Sludge Bomb if you need coverage for those fairy types. So you are going to be melted away immediately by Charm, but if you do have energy ready to go and you somehow land it, at least you're going to be able to do that. Its attack is pretty okay. It's doing things, as you can see here. Doesn't have the hardest hitting moves, and going for Brutal Swing, I quickly learned is going to be, you're probably better off just going with Dragon Claw most of the time, right? Unless it's getting, super effective damage to your opponent or something like that. Crobat able to farm down the wall rain. Pretty happy about that. I was like, come on, let me get a showcase going on here. We got a Muck in the back, and they throw to catch the Poison Fang. That's okay. We needed to take them out anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. But we could have potentially farmed them down. So there are my thoughts. I mean, the thing is great. I'm happy with the performance. We're going to be going with Cobalion alongside it the entire time. As far as that third Pokemon, we do swap it out here in a bit. But I had an absolute blast. I did not finish my battles, but the ones that I did do, it was amazing. Went positive on every set. So definitely worth your investment if you're wanting to hear those words. Yes, it is worth the investment. Should you invest in it right away? That's up to you, depending on how much raids you do. But, that's personal stuff going on there. But anyways, let's get into the commentaries and make sure you hit that like button. Met with a Trevenant. You absolutely want to see that. That's a great lead. Swapping into Swampert, and yet again, this is another great lead. So we're going to be putting Nihilego. So we're going to have 2 Ultra Beasts on the team here, which is pretty neat. I was looking for 3, but that would have left us way too weak and vulnerable to Fairy types, so we're not going to do that. So I decided to stay here because Nihilego can still handle Trevenant to some degree here. They're actually using a shield, so we swap into our Cobalion to absorb this Hydro Cannon, and hopefully we're going to be able to farm down here. And yes, that's great. Even if they bring in the Trevenant, we have Stone Edge, right? So they're bringing in their Surfetched, which is still okay. Now, yeah, this whole team is actually kind of weak to fighting. Technically, the Nihilego isn't weak to fighting, but it's still going to be taking a decent amount being part rock type. So let's see how we do handle this. Check this out. Look at this crap. We would have been able to make it to our charge move again, but we're just getting screwed over by this damn game. That's why ranks don't matter, baby. All right, bringing in the Nihilego to just absorb this. Now, what the plan is to just take out the Surfetched and then just use the shields on the Guzzlord. Because we are Dark type, we still have 2 shields left, and we're going to be able to basically get to the Brutal Swing. And now this is the time where you want to go for it when it's, like I said, super effective in the beginning here. And let's see how much this does up against the Trevenant. While the Dragon Tail is also doing quite a bit of damage, and we take that win with the Guzzlord. Let's go. Now, the other 2 Pokemon didn't hold its weight. It was actually putting in the work here. And next battle, we're met with a Shadow Gyarados, which has Dragon Breath, super effective damage. We're also doing quite a bit with our Dragon Tail in return. And we're going to go ahead and go for that Dragon Tail. They're shielding it up. And you know what I was thinking? Aqua Tail is still going to do a decent amount. That Dragon Breath is really digging in, so I'm just going to shield it up. And they swap here into a, what was that? A Registeel? Going for a Brutal Swing, doing a little bit of damage, which I don't think was necessary. We probably could have just held on to our energy. Bring it in the Cobalion. Now you can take a Focus Blast, so don't, have fear like, oh, it's going to one-shot me. But I shielded up, as I say that. So we shielded up because I want to just preserve its health here and then come out of this with energy. And I make a massive error, as you're going to see here. I should have just went for something. So far, so good. This is fine. Hitting me with Focus Blast. Okay, farming them down. I should have just went for the Sacred Sword there. Yep, it's not very effective, but it still would have been damage that I didn't have to worry about. But Nihilego, can we farm all the way down? Beautiful. Okay, we're back on track. Let's see what you got in the back here. We're looking pretty good. We can farm down that Registeel potentially, or just go for a Rock Slide, and it's going to be a Trevenant. Here we go, Nihilego, one of my favorite poison types, going for that Sludge Bomb, super effective. We have the Guzzlord in the back, and I don't want to swap in quite yet. Maybe I should have done that right away. So they go for this Shadow Ball, and in goes the Guzzlord here. Are we going to see some beautiful lag? So we skip out here, but no, we're able to survive. And we have a brutal swing. We're going to go for that right on that Registeel and take the win with the Guzzlord at the end yet again. Let's go. So the first battle that you did see was my first time using it ever. So it was a very close battle too. All right, next battle met with a Tapu Finn. Not a great lead. Let's see how we play out of this. Swapping into our Cobalion, and they bring in a Obstagoon. So this is going to be a potential misswap here. As you're going to see, I do believe they have a Giratina in the back, unless they were trying to do some sort of like just sacrificing their Obstagoon here, you know. So let's see what happens. Expecting the Tapu Finn to come back, but I think it's that Giratina. Yeah, they misswapped there, I would assume, right? It happens, but let's see how this does play out. All the while, I'm kind of just smiling because now I get to showcase the Guzzlord. All right. And we're going to line up the Nihilego right with the Tapu Finn, you better believe it. Unfortunately, not able to get to another Stone Edge, but that's okay. Bringing in the Guzzlord. We're going to go ahead and let this first Dragon Claw go because we do have so much HP and we're able to take it no problem. They swap into their Tapu Finn. We bring in the Nihilego. Now we're both doing super effective damage with our quick moves here, as well as the surface super effective, so we do need to shield that up. But we're looking pretty good. We're on track here, but you're going to see what they do. So we go for the Rock Slide. I was expecting them to shield it up. I'm like, oh crap, I already know what they're going to do. They're going to farm us down with their Giratina, and then have a bunch of Dragon Claws ready to go onto the Guzzlord, and I'm thinking they're going to pretty much just, you know, spam us into oblivion here, and there's that farm down we needed to get to that Dragon Claw. Bringing in the Guzzlord, and I'm thinking, come on, buddy, old pal, they're 300 and something HP, I know you can do this here. All we're going to have to do is basically farm down, throw no charge moves, and come on, survive, and we're taking the win with our Guzzlord. And after that battle, I said, there's a new dragon in town. Let's go. All right, next one. This is a pretty good lead up against the Nidoqueen. Well, no, we don't resist it. I'm thinking Giratina tank. You're not resisting it this time because we're not Ghost, Dark, and Dragon, and that doesn't resist poison or ground, of course. So we're going to go ahead and just do the damage here, going for the Dragon Claw, probably your best bet. And the next Poison Fang is going to do a decent amount, but it's not going to KO. So we're going to go ahead and let it go, hoping we can farm down with whatever we do have in the back. And I'm thinking at this point, yeah, of course they're going to shield it up. Yeah, of course they are. So now they can farm down and hit a Poison Fang on whatever we do bring in here. Maybe we could have taken them out if we had something that was doing more damage, but we have Fighting and Poison, which is resisted by it. So yeah, going with that. And of course they have a Swampert, and at this point I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't looking too great here. But if they stay in the fight for a minute, there might be something in the back that they don't want the Cobalion to see, but they let that first one go, so maybe not so much. Shielding up the Hydro Cannon because I thought it was an Earthquake, and it is going to be a Wall Rain, in fact, weak to the Cobalion. Going for the Sacred Sword here, and we just need to get rid of this thing. The Nihilego has energy ready to go. That Swampert is pretty low, so we should be able to get off a Rock Slide at some point and take them out. And you're going to see we're going to do exactly that here in just a second. And if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do so, folks. Getting this up for you so you can see what is good and absolutely invest in this thing for sure. Swapping into the Nihilego and going for a combo breaker and taking the win. Oh man, I bet you they thought they had that too. All right, good game with that Nihilego at the end there. Next battle, another Nidoqueen. No algorithm whatsoever and a weak connection. Fantastic. Let's go. So this one is not going to be Shadow. And, well, we are not going to be able to do as much damage. I go for a Brutal Swing for whatever reason. Should just go for the Dragon Claw here. And they're going to be coming out of this with more HP. So we're not going to be able to farm them down like we did before. Well, it's not like we did it successfully. They still got off a Poison Fang. So they might be able to get off 2 this time. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So we are going to be bringing in our Cobalion. So they're taking us out here. And it is a loss. I mean, we didn't even use a shield, so it's not like, oh, it loses to Nidoqueen. Well, it technically does, but we also didn't use a shield too, so yeah. All right, so bringing in the Cobalion. I shield the first one up thinking it might be an Earth Power. We're going to let this go, so they're going to be debuffing our defense by 2 stages here. That's okay. We're going to come out of this with a lot of energy, and they have their Poison in the front, so okay, another Pokemon weak to fighting. Lovely. So going for the Stone Edge. Nihiligo's waiting back here like, let's go, what's good? Going for another one here, and then we're going to swap into our Nihiligo and hopefully catch here, and fantastic. Catching with the Nihiligo, hoping there's something weak to fighting in the back, seeing that they have 2 resistors, and there it is, something weak to fighting in the back, that Wall Rain. And this is also going to be a decent matchup. Hopefully they don't KO. We barely surviving it to the rock side. Thank you, little Nihiligo. Well, not quite little, but taking that win there, well, getting a little ahead of myself. I found that to be a win, getting off that rock slide. Alright, so that's going to be about it, folks. We're going to farm them down and then get off a Stone Edge and not hit any bubbles on that there. If you did enjoy, give it a thumbs up. Guzzlord, absolutely worth your investment. So get out there and rate it. Let's go. Thank you for watching and take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
Touch the gas.